Hello, it's Relentless here, and welcome to another episode of the Maverick Marketer Unleashed podcast. I'm joined by my co-host Terry. Terry, how are you?
I'm fantastic, Drew. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at how you can stand out like a turd in a swimming pool in a good way, because obviously no one wants to be the turd in the swimming pool, but one thing that you can't deny is that a turd in the swimming pool gets noticed. So, like it or not, here's the problem that you have as a coach, trainer, consultant, or speaker. No matter what industry that you work in, no matter what sector you operate in, no matter what niche you operate in, you are just another coach, you're just another speaker, you're just another consultant out there in the marketplace. And unless you can convince your potential clients that you are different in some way, and not only different but better as well, the only thing they have to compare you on is your price. And so they compare you with every other coach, trainer, consultant or speaker in your field. And I've said many times before, price is one of the worst things that you can be compared on, because you end up, if the only thing you've got to differentiate yourself on is price, you're gonna have to lower your prices in order to win your business. And when you do that, you end up with people who aren't loyal because they're price buys, so they're just gonna, as soon as someone offers a cheaper price, they're gonna go with them. It's gonna obviously affect your profits as well. So in this podcast, we're gonna be looking at 3 things that you can do right now, starting today, to help you stand out in your market. Again, if you enjoy this show, if you want to get show notes and additional resources, you can head over to maverickmarketerunleashed.com. That's maverickmarketerunleashed.com for show notes, additional resources, and future podcast updates as well. And if you enjoy the show, remember to subscribe via iTunes and share it with all your friends and family who you think, friends, family, and colleagues who you think can benefit from the show as well. Terry, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just that, as a coach myself, it's and as your listeners, you're aware it's an extremely competitive market. And I was on LinkedIn the other day looking at one particular group, and there were something like 240,000 members in this one group alone on LinkedIn. So there is a lot of competition out there. To enter the market as a coach, trainer, consultant isn't that difficult. So there's a lot of competition out there, and unless you can stand out, as Drew rightly says, you're going to have major challenges. So what we're about to share with you will certainly help you get more business and help you grow your business substantially. So let's get into it, Drew.
Good stuff. So the first of the 3 things I'm going to share with you today to help you stand out in your market is putting your personality in your marketing. So it's one of the quickest and easiest things to do. I mean, you already are yourself. You already presumably have a personality. So it's really simple to do. But what I've found is it's something that a lot of coaches, trainers, consultants, and speakers avoid. Think about you personally. How many times have you sort of diluted yourself, diluted what you stand for fear of offending somebody, or for fear of somebody not liking you? And it's something that I see a lot of people in the industry do. They're scared that if they put too much personality in their marketing, they're gonna sort of offend someone. And again, think about you. Have you ever been in a situation where you've perhaps maybe you've composed a marketing email and you thought, I'm gonna change that because I might annoy somebody, or someone might not like it? Or have you changed something that you said in the sales letters, a video? You've maybe changed something about your marketing that is something that you stand for, but you've changed it because you think that someone else won't like it. And again, at a level, I can understand why you might do this, but it's when you do this, you end up looking like, as soon as you suck your personality out of your marketing, you end up looking exactly like every other coach, trainer, consultant, or speaker out there. You end up looking exactly the same. I mean, if you think about it, no matter what it is that you do, no matter what problem you solve, there are probably plenty of other people in your market who do the same thing, who solve the same problem. Maybe not be in the same way, but they solve the same problem. So the way I look at it is that there are plenty of people that do what you do, but there is no one else who can do what you do in quite the way you do it. And the only way that you can get that across to your potential clients is by putting your personality in your marketing and actually standing for something. Now, again, you're going to get people who don't like it and don't resonate with your message, don't resonate with your way of doing things, but at the same time, you're going to get people who actually love you and love the way you do things, love everything you stand for, and they're your ideal clients. They're who you should be catering for, they're who you're writing emails for, they're who you're creating products for, creating services for. So they're the people that you want to be pleasing. So rule number one is start putting as much of your personality in your marketing as you can, from your business cards, from your emails, from your website, everywhere you can. Make it stand for something. Make it stand for you. Terry, does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense, and so true. And I remember when I first entered the world of coaching myself, and this was shared with me many years ago, the reluctance to do this. And as you said there, Drew, you're kind of this fear of pissing somebody off. And what I soon learned, whatever you do, you're going to piss somebody off anyway, rather. And you're so much better to just be true to yourself. And if you're true to yourself, you're going to attract people that respond and resonate, that resonate with you. But as Drew said, there is only one you. Your personality is unique, and nobody can copy that. And the moment that you can do that, you've got a head start. And the moment you're comfortable doing that. And what I'd also say as well, because sometimes people complain about my market. I'll be honest, people say, "Oh, Terry, you effing blind too much," and I say, "But that's who I am. If you meet me, that's who I am." And the way I see it is, I'm being totally honest. That's who I am. I'm not going to change it in a letter or whatever. And I get, as I'm saying this, there's an element of discomfort in hearing that. But nobody can accuse me of being dishonest or being a fraud, because what you see is what you get. And I would strongly advocate that whatever you believe, whatever you stand for, be true to yourself, because that's where we got our best performances, is when we were just true to ourselves. And did we repel some clients? Yes. Did we piss some people off? Of course we did. But we always, you're always going to do that anyway. But did we attract clients, like-minded clients who shared our values and shared the way that we did things? Absolutely. So it will add to your business when you're true to yourself. And nobody can then say, "Oh, this is corporate BS," because you just think, "I don't do that. I'm just totally honest and in line with who I am."
Great stuff. And the second way that you can stand out in your market is by violating the industry norms. Now, we did a whole episode on this a few months back now, but again, it's worth bringing up because I think it's an important point. If you continue to operate within the norms of your industry as a coach, trainer, consultant, or speaker, you will end up with normal results, otherwise known as average or mediocre. And I don't think well, I don't know, but I've never met anybody who has entered the business world with the end goal of being average or mediocre. But what happens somewhere along the way is we look at what everyone else is doing. So we look at how the average coach is charging for their services. We look at how the average trainer is delivering their services. We look at what products the average consultant has. We look at what we copy everybody else. We look at what's normal in the industry. We look at what everyone else is doing. And when you do that, as I said before, you end up with very normal results. Now, something for you to consider, in this market, there's about 20% of the coaches, trainers, consultants, and speakers out there who dominate the market and actually have 80% of the business. Now that's quite impressive, but what that actually means is, if you think about it, the remaining 80% of coaches, trainers, consultants, and speakers in the marketplace are left fighting over that measly 20%, the scraps of business. And this is average in this industry. Okay, the average is the majority of people are struggling to generate leads, struggling for clients, not charging the prices they want to charge. This is average in this industry, and it's maybe not nice to hear, but the only way you're going to get away from that, the only way you're going to sort of achieve above average and achieve extraordinary results is if you start violating the industry norms in every way you can, in the way you price your services, in the way you deliver your services, in the way you market your business, in what you stand for. And that's the only way you're going to stand out. And when you stand out, you get to dominate your sector, dominate your market. Clients or potential clients start to notice you. You get to handpick the best ones to work with as well. So the second thing you can do is violate the industry norms as much as you can. Terry, anything?
Yeah, a really good point there. And again, I want to say that I know that it's not easy, especially if you're new to the coaching, trainer, consultancy market and speaking market. And it's almost, I suppose, natural to go and look at, if you've just entered the market, you're kind of looking at what others are doing and looking at their terms of business and looking at their website. But here's the thing, you're also making an assumption that they're successful at what they do. And as Drew rightly pointed out, most of them are not successful. So you then end up copying people who it's not working for them. And I would strongly encourage you again to look at what you're doing, look at your offering, look at your terms, look at your fees. And if it's in line with the industry, I would strongly recommend that you go, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to seriously violate it. We made a conscious effort. I made a conscious effort that when we looked at our fees, that we were more expensive than anybody else. And the reason for this is really simple. But I want to make this clear. It didn't happen overnight. I wish I could say, yeah, the moment I got into business, I did this. I worked on the theory initially that if I was cheaper than anybody else, I would get more business. I soon found that didn't work, and I just attracted a certain client. And I had the good fortune. I then worked with a coach, and he explained to me that if I was to charge more, I would work less, but actually earn more. And that was, to me, a massive breakthrough. And just having that breakthrough, and I want to emphasize, it didn't happen overnight, and a lot of it's a conversation that you're going on in your head. He said, look, but Terry, the job you do is a great job, and you deserve more than you're actually charging right now. So why not charge more than the industry does? Sure, you're going to lose some clients because of it. You're not going to get some business because of it, but you're also going to get clients who want a premium service. But it also means that you'll work less and earn more. And that's exactly what we did. Like I said, it wasn't overnight. It took some time, and it was. I admit as well, it was really frightening. Let's be clear. It was really frightening. But once you get the breakthrough, and clients go, "Yeah, I'll pay those fees. I'm happy to pay a fee." It's like, "Oh yes, I've got it." And there was really no looking back then. And a lot of this is to do with self-worth as well, and violating the industry norms. It's about what you truly believe you're worth, and what you believe about the service that you're offering to your clients. So I want to just repeat that it's not easy to do this, but once you get your head around it, it will make a big difference to your business. Cheers, Drew.
Brilliant. And so the third thing you can do, the third thing we're going to look at today, to help you stand out in your market is number 3 is relentlessly market your business and your services. Now, again, it's something that we spoke about before, but I really can't stress this enough. If you want more clients, if you want the best clients, if you want to charge higher fees, if you want to sort of move up the food chain and dominate your market, dominate your niche, dominate whatever sector you work in, the only way that you're going to do that, the only thing that's going to get you there is with marketing. Now, again, let's say you're a coach. Let's say I took 2 business coaches, one who was the best coach, knew how to get the best results of their clients, knew how to get the best results in the quickest time, versus one who perhaps couldn't get the best results, but what they're really good at is how to market their services. If it was a competition, the one who's going to get the best business is the one who knows how to market their services. Now, you sitting here may know people in your sector who you look at their business and you know that you can do a better job than them. You know that you can perhaps get faster results. You know that you can solve problems quicker than they can. But they're out there dominating the market, getting the best clients, charging the highest fees. And the reason for that is not because they're better at what they do than you are, but it's because they're better at marketing, or even not necessarily because they're better, because they do it more often, they do it relentlessly. So you need to be relentlessly marketing your business. I mean, one of the sort of biggest complaints you get from people that you meet in this industry is a sort of feast and famine that can happen, where 1 month you'll have sort of a wealth of clients, and the next month you're sort of left with nothing. You maybe that comes to the end of their project, or you lose clients and you end up with nothing. And because you haven't marketed your business during a time when you had clients, you end up with a sort of an empty pipeline, and you're starting almost from scratch. So you get this yo-yo income effect that you see very often in this industry. And one of the biggest reasons for that is they are not relentlessly marketing. They're not sort of keeping their foot on the pedal. They ease off when they get business in. Now, if you want to keep going, you want to step up a level, what you need to do is you need to keep your foot on that pedal, keep relentlessly marketing your business. Terry, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just that when we talk about relentless in marketing, and just let we talk to coaches, trainers, consultants on a daily basis, and we ask them questions about their marketing. And many of coach, trainer, consultants say that we market on a regular basis. But when you dig a bit deeper, they're probably using 3 or 4 different methods for marketing. And as Drew says, they tend to do it when they've got no business. The real top performers, though, they're probably using 20, 30 different ways of generating leads, and they're doing that 24/7. You can do a pay-per-click campaign, be it on Google or LinkedIn or whatever, and they'll have that running all the time. That alone will generate them anything between 5 and 20 leads a day, every single day, just that one method alone. So it is relentless. So that they use pay-per-click, they're using direct mail, they're using email marketing, they're generating leads from their website. They're doing webinars. They're active on LinkedIn and generating leads off LinkedIn. They're active on Facebook. They've got a good following on Twitter. That's relentless marketing, where you're not just relying on 1 or 2 methods. You've got 20, 30 different methods that are generating leads on a regular basis. And that takes, there's a saying, isn't there? There's two key ingredients to a successful coaching, trainer, or consultancy business. The first one is mindset, and the second one is effective marketing. And as Drew said, and I was just as guilty as anybody else. When I first entered the market, I thought, if I just do a really good job, that's how I'm going to get business. And I would over deliver on many occasions, thinking that's how you get more business. And the client would say, "Thank you for over delivering, Terry," and that was it. I got a thank you, but I wasn't getting any more business. And it wasn't until I got my head around this concept of relentless marketing. And by the way, one of the other branches of relentless marketing, you've got so much business then, you decide who you want to work with on your terms rather than the other way around. So it means that you're saying no to some clients sometimes, which is a great position to be in. So really get your head around the concept of relentless marketing, so you've got more business you can actually handle, so you can decide who you want to work with. Thanks, Drew.
Brilliant, and that brings us to the end of today's show. In the next week's episode, we're going to be looking at some of the big mistakes that coaches, trainers, consultants, and speakers make with their websites. So look out for that coming next week. Make sure you are subscribed via iTunes. If you want to get show notes, additional resources, and free podcast updates, head over to MaverickMarketerUnleashed.com. That's MaverickMarketerUnleashed.com. Terry, again, thanks for your input. It's good to have you on the show. I will speak with you again soon. Until then, take care, take action, and be relentless.